Okay, it is the 4th week of June here, and this is the main garden. We have a lot of great things happening. It's been really sunny and warm for the most part, except for yesterday when it hailed, but it's been great weather, and so plants have really responded. Tomatoes are still really thick, lots of fruit setting, lots and lots going on there. I still have yet to take the time to come and thin some of these out, but I will be doing that now that I've got a couple weeks of vacation here. So that is just got crazy growth going on there. Definitely gonna need to thin this out a bit there. But the pepper here is finally setting some fruit, so it looks like it's going to be one of the bell peppers. I can't remember which color, but one of the colors there. These tomatoes just going crazy. Big honkers here already. Definitely got to thin this out so I can see what's going on. But yeah, that's great. Some little thin ones over here. 4th of July. Throwing some tomatoes all over the place. Looking great. Cucumbers were the greatest surprise for us. So last week, I think it was the first time I noticed them. There's a big honker down here. Now we've harvested that one. And now there's a bunch more. So there's one right there and over here. I'll go around and look on from the other side, but they are 2 giant ones already. So we've had 3 just in the past couple days. And then there's a couple little ones right there forming still. There's one and there's another one going to form. So great production and great surprise from the cucumbers. That's been fantastic. The banana squash, autumn squash, has been going absolutely nuts. It's growing up here, coming up 4.5 feet. It's been growing over there as well. These little, definitely a designed climber there. It's been just taking off. It's little tendrils and going nuts. You see its little ovary there, and it's got some good fruit. I think you can see it through there. Probably about 3 inches fruit there. Been looking good. So it's been spreading well. And the biggest problem is just trying to make sure it doesn't overrun the other plants. But that's pretty cool. Like I say, I just need to make sure it doesn't take over the other things. This bee has been down in there for probably 30 minutes now. I don't know exactly what it's doing in that flower. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just hanging out down there. It's kind of weird. But anyway, as long as it's gonna go pollinate, that's fine with me. So zucchini, we did have the issues with, here's 2 of the ones here, the fruits that started to form but then didn't. So I took those off. They're don't know exactly what the deal was. If the cold weather that we had a couple weeks ago, if that was the deal or what, but they just didn't make it. But the good news is though, there are a bunch more that have taken their place. So very sharp there. There's zucchini all over the place here. There's 1 there, 2, 3 over there, 4, and they're probably about 4 inches or so, maybe one of them 5, and probably about 3/4 inch in diameter. So I'm gonna pick some of those, pick them nice and young this time. Make sure I get some. There's another one there. Pick some and then let the plant keep putting its energy into more fruit. And so then down the back side here with our summer winter melon, 3 boxes. As you can tell, the first squash here is the patty pan, the sunburst. It's really expanding out, growing a lot, and it's finally setting some, hopefully some fruit will be forming there. You can see there's a little ovary with the flower on it. So hopefully those ones will be fertilized. If not, I'm going to come out here and fertilize them myself if I have to. But there is a couple that are there. Kind of catch glimpses. It's kind of hard because these things are really spiky. But there's a squash under there. Might even grab that soon because I don't know how big it's going to get. And I just want to, now since I've had some problems with them going away, I'm just going to grab them while I can and then let it produce later. So the still haven't seen anything from either of the butternut squashes. That's what this one here is. The fruit buds are there flowers and stuff, but nothing yet, so I'm guessing it's just taking a little more time. So here's our see what we got, the melon, and it is not really any fruit yet, but it's growing pretty good. It's shooting out, we got some tendrils, so it's going to spread, and that's good. Our yellow crookneck, the first one here, it's finally starting to put out some fruit there. Hopefully that'll be fertilized. And one of my friends said that he actually did it by hand and made sure that it happened, so with a Q-tip, so I might actually look into that just to make sure that that happens, because I want to get this fruit started here. So then our acorn here, still there was hidden acorns right there, looking great, nice and fat. Such a surprise, but it's going well. I don't see any others that have formed, but that's fine. See some other ones here that looks like they started. Let me just grab that, but didn't get fertilized. So going to maybe start coming around and doing some selective manual fertilization just to get things hopping there. I don't know why these are having issues, but everything else hadn't had any problems. Got tons of bees, but I don't know. Here's our first watermelon. It's had some little ovaries fruits starting to form, but then they haven't quite taken off. So we'll see. Still haven't seen a whole lot of growth. There's little, fruits all over the place. Hopefully those will get fertilized and will start to swell. If not, I'll definitely look at manually doing that as well. This is the other crookneck. It's also started to put out a few little fruit here, so hopefully that'll start to grow. That one doesn't look really great. I'm not sure if it's starting to shrivel or what, but I'll keep an eye on it and see how that goes. This butternut, the leaves are really yellow on it, kind of like the other one. So I'm wondering if it has to do with something with the watering or whatnot, because these soaker hoses kind of have a little spray on them, so I haven't fixed that part yet, addressed it. So they kind of spray up and wet the leaves, and I'm wondering if that's what's causing some of these issues. So I'm going to look at modifying that and make it not be an issue, but because I don't like the leaves turning colors when they're not supposed to. Our other watermelon, looking good, still no fruit, but it's growing, flowering, that's great. And then on the back side here, we have our other zucchini, which is finally kicking out some fruit. Glad to say. There's one there about 4 inches, and then a tiny little one there, maybe 2.5 inches or so. So finally starting to produce after a little lag there. Gonna catch up hopefully soon with its brother on the other side. The pumpkin's looking good. No fruit formation, but getting big, getting strong. Then the tomatoes over here are also putting out a ton of stuff as well, which is fantastic. See a giant cluster there of, I think that might be Early Girl, and the Roma's here. All kinds of stuff setting up, just all over the place. Little fruits everywhere. There's our 4th of July, hopefully. It's going to come soon, since next week is the 4th of July. We'll see how long it takes it. And now we've got some banana peppers over here. This is like super cool and crazy, because I swear like a week ago there was either nothing or it was very tiny. So now it's about 3 inches, and that one's close to that too. Tons of Romas you can see setting here. It's great. There's a bunch over here too, you can see. Early Girl, all these ones doing great. I still haven't seen anything on the heirloom here. The Big Rainbow, still flowers but no fruit. So I don't know what the time frame on that one was. The heirloom didn't have a lot of information on it as far as that stuff, but we'll see. And you can also see, if I come on the inside here, you can see all the fruit a little easier sometimes because of the fence holding it back. So you can see just tons and tons of the fruit there. And if we come over here to the banana squash, you can see big one there, the big squash starting to form there, and all the other tomatoes down there, all this stuff. So this is super cool, super exciting, and yeah, good times. So that's the perimeter box, or perimeter fence there. So we've definitely got a lot of growth, especially that banana squash starting to really grow up. You can see if you look at from far in the pumpkin as well. So those ones are getting a little high. The rest of them are just chugging along, so looking real good. And with the boxes here, with the West box, peppers mostly, they've been doing great. There's lots of them that are fruiting now. It was crazy. It was a week ago when I showed you this. There was a tiny little pepper on here. And now this banana pepper, when it came out on Wednesday, it had been 3 days. There was 3 of them formed. They weren't quite as big, but now that one there, the big long curvy one, is about 5-6 inches, and these ones are probably 4 or so. So I'm actually gonna maybe take one of those today and see how that goes. Eggplant hasn't had any formation, but tons and tons of little peppers everywhere. You can just see them forming all over the place. There's some jalapenos forming there. It's great. All the peas and beans are coming up good. No flowers, no pods yet, but they're growing, so that's fine with me. The transplanted chard there and there and over on the other side are looking good. They finally recovered, so that's fantastic. Our stuff here, when the bugs had originally got them and they were only this far, with our okra, now they finally recovered, squished the okras, or squished the bugs, and now you start to see a little fruit there, a couple there. So we're going to get some okra there. It's finally catching up. It's a little behind, especially like the eggplant, but it'll catch up. And then there's some more, boom, big peppers. Look at those, delicious. So yeah, peppers all over the place starting to come out. And I was just really happy that the chard is going to survive. It's, you know, probably back now. Some of the leaves are hosed, but it's about the size that it was, and it's standing up on its own even in the heat of the day here. So that's fantastic. They don't look the best, but they're okay. But the big difference was this guy here, the one that stayed. I moved his 3 brothers out. This guy's completely taken over. He's taken over with his spot, plus as you can see, he's sitting out this stalk here and totally leaning all over that pepper. So I'm going to have to actually figure out what to do about him, trim him back a little bit, because he's just dominating. So this is what they all would have looked like if I'd planted them in the beginning, if I'd separate them out instead of following the directions. So anyway, lesson learned there. But yeah, peppers are looking good. Corn is high. We're going to plant a second row here later today. Carrots are there. Soybeans are looking pretty good. Something's munching on them pretty good, it looks like. But they're still growing, so we'll see. Here's the other chard looking good. It's got these little flower parts on them here, I think. So I think I'm probably going to have to snip those off to make sure that it doesn't do that. There's a little leaf hopper right there. Got away. But the onions are looking great. They're looking really big and thick. And stalks are looking nice and fat. So we should definitely have some good onions, and we've got a whole bunch there coming in real strong. The cilantro is starting to pop up pretty good here. Basil, won't be too long before I can start taking some of that. Second growth of carrots there, looking good. So yeah, looking fantastic here. Just wonderful. Just the biggest thing was the peppers coming out all over the place and just dominating. So that's been fantastic. I'm going to harvest some of those. Be harvesting some of the more of the cucumber, and then if we throw that with some of the salad over there, we'll be able to have a nice salad from the garden. And then stir fry some this chard, and we'll be all set. So anyway, everything's looking great, and not too many problems. So that's it. We'll see you next week.